It's Monday, September 8th, 2022. It's about 8:30 a.m. So I set up a new wire and then a cross wire. Now we're moving the cows. They were all very eager to move. This pasture, it's not across from the horse pasture of my neighbor, or what used to be the horse pasture of my neighbor. So I don't think it had that nitrogen boost. In some places the grass is extremely thick. I want to show you guys this over here. Hello 18. That's number 18 right there, the newest calf. He's a beautiful one. He has his mama's eyeliner. Anyway, this is what's left from my first experimental shelter for the 100 chicks. The crossbar, there was a crossbar here. It broke off and it was just too much work to get the tarp set up. And so I just abandoned it here. But if you look, this is where the chicks were. This is a watering system I tested. It was not successful. It did not work the way I wanted it to. So I abandoned it. But where the chicks were, I believe the grass is a little thicker. Just a little thicker than other places. There are some places here, over here in particular, where the grass is extremely thick. Halfway up my boot, if that's a measurement that you can scientifically and objectively measure. This grass is pretty thick here. Anyway, so the cows are pretty excited. I'm looking at the condition of the cows. Number 20 has been a cause of concern. Let's see how she's doing, if I can find her. This is 19. Dusty's the one that gave me number 18. There's still quite a few flies. Not as many as there were before, I think. But I have to see number 20 to make a determination. 21 as ever is fat and thick. 21 is really doing well. But she didn't give me a calf that survived, so minus 1,000 points for Gryffindor. Here's red. You can almost not see the ribs on red anymore. Here's yellow. So I talked with the guy about the longhorn eating the goat weed. He says, yeah, that's pretty typical. And he says in Mexico, where they do cows, they use a longhorn type breed. This is number 20 right here. And he says that those cows learn to eat everything because there is not a lot of options. They have a long dry season down in Mexico. So this is number 18. Let's look at her tail there. You can see it's not exactly the cleanest tail, and you can see there's quite a bit of hole there, so there's not a lot of fat. The fly count is way down on number 20. So it was way bad, now it's way down. She still doesn't look good. She has this hollow here, which isn't a good sign. You can see the ribs really well. You can even see the ridges on the spine here, which is a bad sign. But I think she's doing better than she was. One of the things that concerned me was she seemed to be losing leg muscle mass here. And that was the guy that told me to watch for the muscle mass. And so I told him, I said, hey, one of my cows is just not doing so well. And he says, how old is she? That was his first question. And the answer is, I really don't know, probably 5 or 6 years. And he's like, if you want to keep her alive, you might have to feed her. Because she's probably not getting enough grass. But she seems to be recovering okay here. You know, and I think she is nursing a calf too. So, number 20, here's hoping you get better. Let's go look at some other cows really quick. It's a beautiful calf. This is number 24. Number 24 also wasn't doing very good a couple weeks ago. And I didn't think she would be with us very long, but you can see she's doing better than number 20. You can see the ridges on the spine. You can see the ribs really well. There is a little bit of a hollow, but she has a little bit more fat back here. I think. It's all subjective, of course, just my opinions. But the fly count seems to be down by quite a bit. And again, I don't know if that's because, you know, the fly paper is doing something, or maybe there's some other environmental effect, like the temperature dropping at night below 60. It could be any number of things. But for the most part, my cows seem to be doing pretty well. It's just a few that kind of stand out and not doing very well. And those are the few I'm supposed to cull. If they don't perform well on my farm, maybe they'll do better on somebody else's farm. So you bring them to the sale barn and sell them. I'll probably do that. I haven't really sold any cows yet. Here's my little sheep. So the sheep are similar to the cows in the condition. It's harder to see because of the fur, but you can kind of see that she's not skinny. She's a little bit round, which is a good sign. These young ram lambs, they are wide. They are like little barrel tested things. The mama, when we first got the mama, she was a little bit lean. And the guy said, yeah, that's because she's nursing. She just gave birth and she's nursing. He said, don't be too concerned. She's a good sheep. And you can see her condition's pretty much better now. I can't even see the ribs. You know, not as fat as the young ewe lamb or ewe yearling, but she's doing pretty well. Anyway, so yeah, the weather forecast, again, we're not looking to expect any rain for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and then it's like just half an inch, which, you know, to me, I don't know if they're actually predicting that based off of weather that they're seeing, or if they're just saying like, well, you know, there's a good chance that, you know, based on historical weather. Oh, look at that, she's eating that weed. Does that taste good? There's actually something that grows out here, and I think that's it. You can put it in salad. It tastes like lemon. It's really good stuff. It also helps with runny nose. So anyway, I think it's this stuff here. I forget what it's called. I'll have to look it up again. Oh, there's some wire here. Nope, that's not wire. That's just grass. All right. Anyway, that's the new road here. The other side of the road does not look as good as the last road did. We are going to be next to the duck pond at some point. There's not quite as much goatweed, but there's still a lot of goatweed looking up. And I'm looking out this way to the next move, next row, next week. And you know, the pasture just doesn't get any better. It's going to start getting worse. So hopefully we get some rain and that grass will come back and we'll have a good time. Anyway, guys, I'm signing off. I got to move the water, the minerals, and the fly paper. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.